Jannik, what clicked at 6-5 in the first set? Things were so tight up to then, and then you could have even been up 5-love in that second set. So what worked for you at that moment to get you through?
Well, I had some break chances in the first game, had some break chances throughout, the set. He was playing some really great tennis. Then on 5-all I managed to break, which gave me then the confidence to raise my level, to hit from the back of the court a bit stronger also, and felt like also the beginning of the second set was very important. When you start with the break up straight away, it's a bit easier to serve, it's a bit easier to move the ball around, and but he came up with some great tennis today. I had to be very careful. The early stages of the sets are very important, as we saw, today. If I break, and he had also break chances in the first set on love 40, and but again, no, I'm very happy, and it was a very tough match.
Jannik, you seem almost unbeatable on kind of indoor hard. Could you just talk about what it is about playing indoors that suits you so well, and if it's Carlos tomorrow, whether that kind of changes and how that changes the matchup?
Well, honestly, every matchup is different. It's we saw it in Rome and Paris. Even if it's the same surface, but it can change. I'm of course happy. First of all, to finish my season here and with another final has been an amazing year for me, and I'm looking forward to it for tomorrow. These are matches I look up to. These are matches I look forward to, and also to see for me where my level really is. But in the same time, it's great before the off season. You have this matchup, but he still has a match to go. Against Felix. I played against him earlier this week. It's a very tough opponent. He loves to play indoors, as we know, and so let's see who is gonna win. But in any case, I'm happy to be in the final, and then we see. But of course, I feel comfortable on indoor hard court, as I know, and then we see. Just hope for a good match.
What makes you feel so comfortable?
Well, I still feel like, in between Vienna, Paris, and here are three different scenarios because of the court, the size of the court. It's all a bit different, but in the same time, you don't have to handle, the wind or the sun and many other things and scenarios. And I feel just very, comfortable, but in the same time, it suits my game maybe the best because I'm someone who is quite flat and has this rhythm game, which gives me the confidence to keep going for shots and changing direction a little bit easier. So I think that's what indoor tennis is. It makes me feel comfortable.
This part of the interview is extremely technical yet beautifully simple. When he explains that Vienna, Paris, and here all feel different despite being indoor hard courts, he's touching on something recreational players often overlook: court geometry and environmental neutrality. Indoors, there is no sun glare, no wind distortion, no temperature fluctuation. This stability favors rhythm players like Jannik, who rely heavily on timing and clean contact. His flatter strokes benefit from predictable bounce and minimal air resistance, allowing him to redirect pace efficiently. He also mentions that changing direction is easier indoors. This is true because the ball travels straighter and the court pace is consistent. A player with sharp footwork and fast preparation can strike early and take time away from the opponent. His comfort comes from rhythm, repetition, and the ability to maintain attacking patterns. Indoors, points become precise, almost mathematical. Players like Jannik thrive in environments where calculation beats chaos. Let me ask you, do you prefer indoor matches where everything feels controlled? Or do you enjoy outdoor unpredictability like wind and sun? Comment below.
Jannik, congratulations. Alex, for a while now, he's been knocking on the door, trying to get into the top 5, trying to get deeper into these bigger tournaments. For yourself, having been there, done that, world number 1, winning multiple Grand Slams, is there one piece of advice you'd give for Alex to try and take that next step? I know you don't want to give too much away, but is there just that one piece of advice you can give?
As I've played a lot lately against him, and I feel like he has improved week after week, to be honest. I mean, also today, the backhand was much stronger than maybe in Vienna, so he is getting, a better and more consistent player in high levels, and he can now, play this high level not only for half a set, but, he goes basically all out, and at the end of the day, at top 5, I think he can make it, because physically he's very, very strong. A great mentality, because we saw it also here in this tournament, from very tough loss, then he comes back and he wins, against Taylor, and it's just a very mental game, and he is very, very strong, and you need to be also consistent on every surface, throughout the whole season, and so I wish him best of luck.
What a remarkably insightful and revealing interview from Jannik. This conversation wasn't just a routine post-match reaction. It was a deep dive into the inner workings of a top-level tennis mind. Across every question, he provided a mixture of tactical awareness, emotional honesty, and strategic clarity that gives us an incredible window into why he continues to dominate, especially on indoor hard courts. Let's start with the pivotal moment of the match. 6-5 in the first set. Jannik didn't just win that game. He claimed it at exactly the moment elite players step up. He explained how break chances throughout the set created pressure that built over time, instead of collapsing under that weight. He used it as fuel. This shows his mental evolution. Earlier in his career, missed chances sometimes frustrated him, but now they motivate him. His recognition that breaking at 5 all gives both scoreboard advantage and psychological momentum shows a deep understanding of tennis as both sport and psychological warfare. He also highlighted the importance of starting the second set with a break. Many fans underestimate the value of that first game, but Jannik made it clear. When a player begins to set ahead, everything becomes easier. Serving patterns, shot selection, even movement. That small cushion of security allows players to take smarter risks. The way he described this transition shows how he manages momentum across sets, not just within them. His discussion about indoor conditions was equally fascinating. He broke down how Vienna, Paris, and this venue all feel unique, despite being categorized as indoor hard courts. This demonstrates his sensitivity to court geometry, surface feel, bounce patterns, and environmental neutrality. Indoors, players don't battle wind or sunlight, which means clean ball strikers like Jannik thrive. His flat shots travel straighter, his timing improves, and his ability to change direction becomes a true weapon. This is why he's nearly unbeatable on these courts. His style is perfectly optimized for controlled, predictable environments. The part of the interview where he talks about upcoming opponents, Carlos or Felix, reveals his forward-thinking mentality. He doesn't underestimate anyone. He calls both players dangerous indoors and acknowledges the tactical challenges they present. That humility paired with hunger is a rare combination. Finally, his comments about Alex are perhaps the most eye-opening. Top players don't casually praise rivals. When Jannik says Alex's backhand is stronger, his consistency has improved, and his mentality is elite, that's a huge endorsement. It means Alex is genuinely close to breaking into the top tier. Jannik emphasizes physicality, mentality, and consistency, all of which define top 5 players. When he says Alex can make it, he means IT.IN summary. This interview reflects a maturity, intelligence, and competitive sharpness that have carried Jannik to the top of men's tennis. His insights on momentum, Surfaces, psychology, and player development give us a rare look into what makes a champion. If you enjoyed this deep dive as much as we did, make sure to hit that like button. Share your thoughts and comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more epic tennis breakdowns and expert analysis.